this is the lesson notes for Friday, April 1st, and it's April 1st, so this is not an April Fool's joke, this is for real. Now, I hope you can't hear the noise in the background. My refrigerator has a problem, and yeah, I hope it's not, you can't hear that. So let's just talk about what you should be working on today on Friday. First thing to note is, let's see, that's year 7. We don't want that. If we look over here, so here's Friday the 1st, that's asynchronous day number 2. And then Monday is, we don't have class. Tuesday is the holiday. So the next class will be Wednesday, and we've changed the due date from Thursday to Friday. So that means when we come back next week, you'll have Wednesday and Friday to work on your stuff in class, and it will be due, developing ideas will be due at 5 o'clock on Friday. That's the last class before the spring break. So let's swing back to the course. Here's the daily lessons page, and here you can see the new due date. That's Friday the 8th. Here are the different topics that you should be working on. Now this is developing ideas. Okay, what's not mentioned here is modifying the design. All right, let me fix this. Well, okay, maybe I can just I'll mention what you should be doing. It seems like the other teacher who taught her class yesterday, Miss Momeni, referred to this, so I'll stick with this. So yeah, you should be working on your DF, your design folder document. That is your priority between now and next Friday. Now, please, you should pause working on the labs until you finish the work in your design folder document. At this point, the DF file is more important than the labs. Now, if you finish working on your DF document, then you can swing back to the labs. And for those labs, if you have not done any of the labs in topic 4 or 5, you should do one from each topic. So 4A and 5A is what I would suggest. Don't do 4A, B, C, D and then do 5A. You may run out of time, and so yeah, and we'll talk more about this in our next class, but for now, focus on the DF. So we talked about, let's go into the handout. You should have your specification finished by now. That was the first step. Then you created some sketches. You created a first iteration. Now you're supposed to be getting teacher feedback on these sketches. And to do that, you just send me an email and ask for feedback. I can't keep continually going in and checking your sketch. How do I know when you're done? So please send me an email when you need some feedback. I can give it to you. And hang on one second, guys. Alright, so I have to call you back, okay? I'm on the... I'll call you right back. Yeah. Sorry, guys, I had a phone call there. So, you get teacher feedback, then you update your sketches. Just include the feedback onto the sketch. And then you have to write your algorithm in English. So you should, and you need to get feedback on that as well. Now, we'll talk about these two in a minute. Let's go talk about these design ideas. So remember, these are rough sketches. Now the algorithm, this should be a sketch of your for each of your 4 algorithms, for each of your 4 islands. The algorithm is your explanation of the logic. How are you going to solve, how are you going to solve the islands? So you want to mention the JRU starting position, the JRU ending position, the stopping location, and what is the ending condition. So you're going to be looping until some condition occurs. and then list the decisions you have to make along the way. When do you turn? When do you throw a flower into a net? When do you give a flower to another guy? Whatever it is you have to do. And then you need to get feedback on that. Now, I've mentioned this before. Here is the first iteration of the islands. Get some feedback. Updated islands. Now, there's only 2 here. You'll have 4. Then there's some expression of your algorithm. You just state how you were going to solve it. Don't mention anything about if statements and all that. Just say it in English. Okay. Now it says here optional, get second round of teacher feedback. That's optional. Okay, the chosen design is your evaluation of your specification. Do the sketches for each of your islands address each item in your spec? So for that, you come back over here to the design spec, take your conditions from here. Now, or maybe, yeah, I think you can get them out of this column and just paste them into this column. And then just indicate if the sketch for each island addresses that particular item. This shouldn't take long. And then you can write a short conclusion. At this stage, you should be able to conclude that, yes, my designs for all the islands meet the spec. Now it says here if your designs don't meet the spec, then you should make adjustments. So you're to write a short paragraph just explaining that your islands plus the algorithm meets all the features of your spec. All right, then the detailed design is you just take your final second round of sketches and you can add some annotations to it. So like they've done here. Now this is very simple to do. You take a screenshot of your island and then edit that JPEG file with preview. So if you double click on a JPEG file, it should open up preview, and then you can add arrows and text like this. It's very easy. And what else? Oh, then the last step is you have to include some pseudocode. Now we can talk more about this next week, but I'm just pointing it out here. This is your English description. If you go back over here to design ideas, one of the things you had to do was state the logic in English. Well, now we want to take this English paragraph and convert it, just reformat it so it looks more like a program. Now this is not Java code. Notice there's no semicolons here. There's no function calls. It's just in English. It's English, but it's configured or written as though it were a program. And this makes the logic that you're intending to implement easier to see and follow, and it'll help you to think it through. All right, so we'll focus on this more next week. I would say by the end of Friday, or certainly by the end of the weekend, you should have these first 3 sections done. If you're a little behind schedule, well, you have a little bit of catching up to do. Please don't hesitate to send me an email if you need help or if you need feedback. So I think that's all I have to say for now, guys, and good luck. And I see there's some more stuff over here. I'll get to these labs as soon as I can. And I see it looks like everyone has submitted the inquiring and analyze. Sorry, guys, I'll try and grade this. I'm behind schedule. I usually have these graded long before now, but I don't know, things have backed up. Okay, all the best. See you.